pieces to make sure that you have is the base, the upright, and the pole with your background on it. Okay, we're gonna lift these bases so you know they are 15 pounds. They are heavy. I'm only using one arm for other reasons. But when you put them in place, if you don't measure it, then you may have to move them. But what we like to do is, like this is laying down from end to end. You want to measure it to make sure that this hooks in the pole. So you want to say, okay, let me move my base a little closer, because it's harder to move it when it's up. Make you feel like it's going to tilt or fall on you. So you want to get your base as close to the hook as possible, because once you hook it in, you got about that much space to where it hooks into the pole. Okay? All right. So let's move that out the way a little bit. All right. Here's your second step. Step 2 is your pole. Hold on. Okay? Make sure your flower is in the front. And untwist it. We don't have a twist right now, but you just got to make sure. Okay? Then you're going to remove your bungee cords. Make sure they are completely removed from under there so no one gets injured. Safety is always first. You want to make sure when you start that this piece is just like this. It's not flipped the other way and all out the way. You want, because this is your end piece. You know this goes on the floor. So you want to unwrap it just like this. Okay, we're going to roll. All right. We're going to put these off so we're not over there. If your cord has, your drape has come off, it's easy to put back on. We're going to tie it on, but if it comes off, it's very easy. You just slide it on, and you just putting it, keep going until it's on there. Okay? It's about, I forgot the length of it, so you're going to do that for a little bit. But I want to show you, you don't have to panic if it comes off. Let's hook it. Let me take it off and hook it so I can make it easier for it. Oh. I'm going to turn it around on my shoulder. Oh. Like this. Okay. All right. So this is how, you gotta have a partner. This is the easiest way and the fastest way to put it on. If it comes off, we're gonna tie it, but I want you to see it. So you gotta hold it. And put it on. While I'm doing this, I want you to understand that you cannot start to set up an hour before the party. 2 hours minimum is the time you're going to need to get your backdrop up and everything else associated with it. So make sure you have someone to help you with this backdrop at least 2 hours. Well, I would say 3 hours because you don't want to be setting up when people show up. So 2 to 3 hours before the party starts is what you're going to need. Okay? Now, this is a hook, so you can easily see where this needs to go. If you're straining or your partner's straining, kick your base to where you can reach it. is a struggle as far as feel like it's leaning or something's not right, then somebody needs to move their base. Okay? Move it with your foot. In, out, however it needs to be. Okay. So now you have it up. You're really doing good. Okay. So as you can see, your backdrop is already how it's supposed to be. And as you come up, it'll come up with you going in the right direction. That's why you want to unroll it in the right direction. This may adjust a little bit. So these, you can just fix back up like this. It's gonna stay. They can be tucked or however it needs to go if they come loose. Do not, like I say, don't get afraid about anything. Everything is reattachable. Realize that once it's up, should nobody be able to go 10 feet high and start playing with it. So you want to adjust them back. There's a little tuck, you can tuck it. We'll send you some tools with you too if you want to try to do anything more. But that's what you're doing. Your pearls, just take them out like they were. Okay. Everything gets stuck together once you're rolling. Your pearls are taped in the back. Okay. The tape should not come off. But you're pulling everything loose. You're shaping your stuff. You're making sure these are good. If anything fell off, try to attach it back. See, you have a little gap here. You want to try to adjust it. If you need to, you can put a flower in it. We'll send you some extra flowers. But these move. They go to the side. They go over. They can. So if you see one that you need to adjust, you just adjust. Okay? Good. Once you finish adjusting, getting your pearls right, putting things in, however you want to do that before you start to lift it up high to avoid having to be on step ladders. You do want a ladder just in case, but you want to avoid that as much as possible. I think this slid a little bit. If your backdrop slide, you can just move it over with your hand. It's easy to adjust this way, and that way. Right? They're all just zip tied to the top. We're just trying to make sure that it's easy for you to put up and take down. All right. Now that we played with that a little bit, like I said, this is already on here. You want to move this out your way so you can lift. Okay, you ready to lift? Your flower in the front. Make sure your flower in the front before we get the. Yep. All right. So move so you see my hands. So now we want to start lifting. Remember, hand at the bottom, the other hand on the top black ball, not the bottom, top, and lift up. You ready? One more. And then again. You're watching the bottom because you don't want to get too high where your bottom is not on the floor. Okay? Lift again. Pull it out. Still got a little bit. There we go. It's there. Yep. I think it's there. So now that it's there, you want to pull it out. So that it's stable. Okay. You need somebody eyeballing to making sure it's straight. Tasha, you got to come up a little bit. Okay. Might be good. Now, if it looks like it's a little shaky, make sure see your base is further back than mine.
Oh, sure. Go on.
So come up to this line. You got yours on the line? All right. So stability is based on the base and where you have it. So you cannot have, I'll show you the difference. Just be cautious over there as I move it. Kind of bend it. So if this base is way over here, this is the uncertainty you're gonna have. It's not stable. And see how it's doing this? It's, you don't want that. So you wanna make sure your base is where it needs to be. And it's even. If you have lines in the floor at the venue that you can easily measure by, like this, these are tiles, so they are easy. I know we gotta be on the same line, right? So it's easy for us, but if you don't have that, just have somebody spotting you and saying, okay, why this side up further than that side, or different things like that. Those are different techniques. All right, so now we're ready to get the cover right. So we're gonna put it together, lift up, and drop it to where it's flowing. Then we're gonna tuck. Okay. We're not standing out there looking at it, but voila. It's up.